The claim from the White House is the president made a sanctions bill that punishes Russia for election interference into something he actually can accept. It was passed overwhelmingly by Congress. There was a lot of pressure on this. Chanel?
Another busy day. All right, Kelly, thank you.
Let's chew on this just for a bit. We want to bring in Caitlin Huey-Burns, a national political reporter for Real Clear Politics, and, of course, NBC News national security analyst Jeremy Bash is the former chief of staff at the CIA and Pentagon under President Obama. Good morning to you both. Caitlin, let's start with you. You've been talking to your sources in the White House. What is the mood this morning? Their boss was just fired via Twitter after days of being insulted online.
Certainly a significant turning point in this White House. Reince Priebus and Donald Trump never had the kind of rapport that presidents typically have with their chiefs of staff. General Kelly, on the other hand, enjoys the respect of the president, which is key here. We know that the president has an affinity for generals, and he's developed a really good rapport with General Kelly. His post in DHS. Kelly is seen by the president as a very effective leader in that post, particularly on the agenda items. So an important pivot point, but also someone who is going to have to manage various factions within the White House.
Are staffers positive about this change? Are they looking forward to maybe having a more direct line of power?
Well, what the biggest question remaining is what the hierarchy will be like, what latitude General Kelly has to operate in this White House, what kind of position he can be in to restore or to bring, I should say, impose discipline, which is really important.
Let me follow up on that then, because Jeremy, obviously you know John Kelly well, having worked closely with him at the Defense Department. Let's talk about what we were just saying. I mean, can he bring calm to this White House? You know, especially, it seems like they're perpetually engulfed in drama.
Well, Chanel, I know John Kelly well, as you referenced. I traveled all around the world with him. He's a great American. He's a great patriot. And we should note that he and his wife, Karen, have dedicated their lives to public service in a way that most Americans may not even appreciate. They, of course, lost one of their sons, Robert Kelly, a Marine in action in Afghanistan. They know the meaning of sacrifice. And I think the real reason that John decided to do this job and say yes to the president when he called was because he really cares about public service. But not even the greatest American can bring order and discipline when the chain of command has been so disrupted by a commander-in-chief who likes chaos, who sort of relishes the disorder and disunity in the White House. And so I think John is going to have to set down some key markers to the president and say, hey, if I'm going to run this place, I got to be in charge.
Well, speaking of which, Jeremy, switching gears here, I'd like your thoughts on the latest from North Korea. And here's the deal. I mean, I want you to look at this video here. It purports to show the latest missile launch from the rogue nation, though NBC has yet to independently verify the video. Local broadcasters say this is believed to be another intercontinental ballistic missile launch. So based on its trajectory and time in flight, analysts now believe the North Koreans have the capability of reaching the interior, including major U.S. cities. So with that said, how big of a development is this? And do you expect the Trump administration to react to it?
This is a fairly significant development because until now, North Korea only had enough range on their missiles to potentially hit maybe the outer islands of Alaska, maybe Hawaii. With the range of this missile, they could potentially hit the entirety of the United States. And don't forget, there was this critical intelligence assessment last week that said that in 2018, North Korea could take their nuclear weapon, and they probably have about 10 to 20 bombs worth of material, miniaturize that, and put that on top of an ICBM. And so we have to undertake some significant diplomacy and potentially prepare to shoot down any missile that comes our way.
We only have seconds left, and I want to get both your takes on this. Jeremy, you first in just these seconds. Anthony Scaramucci went after Reince Priebus and Steve Bannon in that New York Magazine article. Do you believe that Steve Bannon stays at the White House?
I don't know, but I think John Kelly will impose order and discipline, and I'd bet on John Kelly.
What do you think?
John Kelly and Steve Bannon actually have a good relationship, so we'll see what that portends for the future.
All right. Caitlin, Jeremy, thank you both very much.